actually, I think it's disgusting that people are even insinuating that firemen are trying to cover things up and the police are trying to cover up electric car fires. I think it's insulting. I think it's insulting to the police, and I think it's insulting to the fire services. Hey, all right, everybody, how's it going? Now, I did a quick video yesterday about the Jaguar I-Pace, and the person who said his car wouldn't stop in an electric car, he's been arrested and he's being questioned. But anyway, within the comment section, somebody said something interesting. Now, the person in the comment section said, I remember vaguely somebody in a BMW did something similar in a BMW. So I researched it, and it was actually from 2006. So the person who sent me that comment has got a very good memory. But I actually found the article, and it was a similar sort of thing. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything in this video. I'm just talking about the articles I've seen in the news. So I'm not saying anybody's guilty or not guilty. That I'm not a judge and jury. I'm just explaining what I've read, and I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, so let's just get the disclaimer out the way. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Now, it was 2006. I got an article in front of me. I'll put it up on screen, some of the article, and it did say that, let me bring this over here a bit so I can talk into the microphone a bit better. A motorist drove for 60 miles at speeds of 135 miles per hour. Bloody hell, 135 miles per hour after the accelerator on his BMW car jammed and his brakes failed. Remember, 2006, not an electric car, just a car. Back when cars were just called cars, okay? So he's got his name there. Kevin Nickel, 26, was on the A1 near Thirsk in North Yorkshire when the car started to accelerate. He said that he was in tears most of the time on the phone to the police. I could really see myself dying, he told the BBC. Similar sort of story. It is a similar sort of story, isn't it? He said he had to drive on the hard shoulder to avoid crashing, but eventually lost control, hit a roundabout near Blyth knots, but escaped unhurt. No, they did question him, and he said he took my foot off the accelerator because it was automatic, but it wasn't slowing down. I hit the brakes. They were braking okay, but they were keeping me at about 70 mph, he said. So I phoned up the police, called the AA, and they said straight away, stick your hazard lights on, headlights, and we got a helicopter en route to you, okay? So he said that the brakes started burning out. I could see smoke coming from the brakes. He tried to put the car in neutral, but the gears were jammed. I think his car's an automatic as well. So he said there was loads of cars parked waiting to go onto the roundabout. So I went inside the hard shoulder, tried to get around it. But they were doing that sort of speed. There was no chance, and I hit the roundabout head on. So he actually crashed, it says by here. I remember the 999 lady saying he's crashed. I survived the accident, but I thought I was going to die in the fire. But miraculously he walked away completely unhurt and said he's now considering giving up driving for good. So that was his story, and I think I did read in another story that he said he didn't want to turn the car off because back in the days you had keys. He didn't want to turn the car off because he thought the steering would lock. Now that's a bit of a strange one because you can go clonkety clink, can't you, off and back on again. And if you're driving in a straight line and you're steering straight and you turn the engine off, it's going to lock in a straight position. So if you've got a straight head around you, then you can turn the key back into the ignition position. So that did sound a bit fishy. But then there is another article then after this one where he got arrested and he was charged for dangerous driving, basically. That's what happened. It was from the BBC, but it was the same sort of story. It was put in all the newspapers, and that was 11th of March 2006. Okay, so it was a similar sort of story, and I'm not accusing the other person in the Jaguar of creating the same story, but I'm saying that this story happened in a normal BMW car. Now, when I did the first Jaguar I-Pace video, people said, find me an article where this has happened before. Well, in your face. I'm only joking, but it is in your face. In your face, I found an article exactly the same, thanks to the person with the very good memory in the comment section. So there we go. So these stories, if you could type in the right thing in Google, you'd probably find these stories quite a lot. Now, I did do a little bit more research on accelerators sticking, and Toyota had massive recalls for accelerator pedals sticking and people losing control and crashing. Now, were they telling lies? I can't research every story, but if anybody knows of any stories, links to articles in the past, or just vaguely remember something, put it in the comment section, because maybe I can seek it out, like this one. Like the person gave me enough information that I could find this article, which was quite nice. So I don't know what's going on with the Jaguar I-Pace guy. I haven't got a clue. But I did see a video this morning which it narked me a bit, and it was from a certain person that I've talked about in the past before, and this person seems to he spreads conspiracy theories without enough evidence, or he just spreads information without enough evidence. That's my one beef with this certain person. I'm not saying his name. If you subscribe to my channel, you know who I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to cast aspersions, is that the right word? But it's just certain things that narc me. Now, the video he did, I just want to talk about it. The video he did this morning was about, was it the Essex, or Gatwick, sorry. Yeah, the Gatwick Airport fire, okay? And it wasn't like a big, massive thing in the newspapers. It was just Gatwick Airport fire. And I think it was only like 11 cars maybe got burnt, I think it was. And the fire was put out quite quickly. So I just want to touch on that subject there. But the point I want to make is that the authorities haven't said what particular car it was. And I'm the type of person that doesn't subscribe to the sort of notion that it's all a conspiracy and they're trying to hide electric car fires. I think that is the biggest load of ghoulies I've ever heard in my life, right? I don't think any firemen, actually I think it's disgusting that people are even insinuating that firemen are trying to cover things up and the police are trying to cover up electric car fires. I think it's insulting. I think it's insulting to the police, and I think it's insulting to the fire services. So if you do things like that, right, stop it, because I don't like it, okay? And it'll come back and bite you. I'm telling you now, right? I'm telling you now, all you people who are accusing these authorities of things without evidence, it will come back and bite you one day. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it, okay? Wait until you've got evidence. Wait until there's a bit more evidence. Now, the reason why I'm having a rant is because there's a certain person who does videos, you know I'm talking about. He said he was sent an email from somebody, right? He was sent an email from somebody, and that certain person said they arrived in Gatwick, I think, from another destination, but they had to get ferried across by some like bus shuttle thing, and they could see cars on fire, and they said they asked a certain person what was going on. It's always like this person asks another person, and then so there's no accountability. And the other person said that there was a fire started and they had to put a Tesla out. Okay, now let's just say something here. All the anti-EV people say electric car fires can't be put out, they take days and days and days. Yet this person says that the car was put out. So that makes me suspicious. It makes me suspicious, okay? Also, if you've got a channel, right? If you have a channel, hear me out, if you have a channel that is anti-EV, there's also a chance that people are going to send in emails making stuff up. So before you make a video, collaborate the story. Don't just blab it out, because I think it's wrong. It narks me. It annoys me. Collaborate the story first. Before you do, even if it's true or it turns out to be true, don't go blabbing about it, because it really is getting on my nerves, and it will come back and bite you. It will come back and bite you one day. So that was just my little rant. I am getting it does annoy me. Wait until all the evidence is there first. I know that you want to get out and get that video out first, just in case anybody else does, and get all the views. But if it turns out not to be true, the misinformation or disinformation has been spread. And there's enough misinformation and disinformation on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook as it is, without people making up stuff. So wait until the story is collaborated, because there is no conspiracy. There is no conspiracy. This is my personal opinion. I don't think there's a conspiracy to hide electric car fires, because when there is one, it is on every single news article you can find. So how is that a conspiracy? If an electric bus catches fire, it was on every single news article. I know I'm ranting, but if an electric bus catches fire, it's on every single news article, and it states electric bus. Okay? That's what it says. So where is the cover-up? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway. So, there we go. That's I got a bit of a rant going on by here, because it is starting to get on my nerves. Just collaborate stories, get the proper evidence. Don't just be like some sort of Daily Mail sort of news rag that puts out any old turd rubbish because somebody said something, and somebody said something, so it must be true. You don't know if it's true until it's true. So there we go. Anyway, that's my rant. And I wanted to include an article about it happened to somebody else, because loads of people said, show me where it's happened before, where somebody else has said the accelerator's stuck and they can't get out the gear, and all that sort of nonsense. Because loads of people have been saying, oh, if I was in my manual car, I just press the clutch. Yeah, you would, but the person wasn't in a manual car, so you've got to sort of look for other answers. Anyway, I'm ranting too much now. If you like this video, go on, like it, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hi.